Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that and you are watching the broadcast. Hello. It is wonderful to see you, to connect with you, to say hi, what you be up to going on in your world. For those of you who will be live, I especially love that. Because I love engagement. You know that. For those of you who will hashtag it and replay it, okay. For those of you who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, that's cool with me too. And then for those of you who will be used by Papa at some point down the road to encourage this girl, she is a happy camper. Okay. So, hello, and welcome. Welcome. So, we've been talking about this notion of your best. What does it take? What does it look like? What do you need to have your best? What does it need for you to um, experience your best? Let me see if I can't find. Uh, One second here. Okay. What do you need to function at your best? What do you do to make sure you get what you need? Functioning at your best. Once you get it, how do you sustain it? And then the question becomes today, I think it's important to understand that our best changes, that our best looks different at different times. And so that's why I have hashtag grace. Hashtag grace. So, first of all, coming to you live from Beckley, West Virginia, um, close to my birth city, Charleston, West Virginia. Hey, Margie. Hey, cousin. I'm close to you this morning. Much more closer than you typically am when I do these lives. So, when we think about this idea of our best, it's important to give ourselves grace because from the way that I live my life, this is what I um, believe in is that my best changes depending on what's happening. Um, we're not robots. We're not robots, which means that we won't produce the exact same outcome every time. We just won't. There will be variation, and that's a blessing and it's a limitation of human beings. There will be variation. We're not going to always come out the exact same because depending on what's happening, we will have different things available to us, different things available for us. And so, um, and so give yourself grace to know that your best will change. Give yourself grace to know that your best, it will change. So, first of all, you got to know what it is. Let me get back to my picture here. So you got to know what your best looks like. What does your best look like? Number one. And then what do you need to function at your best? What is it that you need in order to function at your best? And of course, I've talked about um, I've talked about sleep, water, nutrition, relationship, healthy relationships with God, with self, with others. Talked about discipline and consistency, having a plan and a schedule, all those things. I've talked about all those things, right? And so, what do you need to function at your best? You need to know first what your best looks like and to know what you need to function there. So, that's that. And then, once you get it, once you're there, how do you keep it? How do you sustain it? How do you make sure you know what that is and what that looks like? How do you do that? And then today we're talking about the understanding of grace. Give yourself grace because your best will change, right? Because your best will change. It will change over time. So you got to make sure that you're giving yourself grace because it's not going to stay the same. So um, let's just use something as simple as water, drinking water. So my best in drinking water. So I've got this beautiful, beautiful. Did I leave my water? No, I brought it. Hmm. It's over there on the counter because I would be upset if I'd lost my favorite drinking apparatus. Anyway, so I traveled with my personalized water tumbler, and sometimes I get through a few of them in a day, and sometimes I barely make it through one. So it's my best that I have on those different days. There's variation, right? It's not always that I get through a few of them, which is what I want to do. So, but I don't beat myself up because I only make it through one. So, same for you. It's important that you give yourself grace in whatever it is. Now, there are consequences for all of our action. So there are consequences when I don't get all my water in, right? And positive consequences when I do get it in. So same for you. Understanding that best, your best, my best, it changes. It has variation, degrees. Sometimes, I like to say it this way. Sometimes my best is a 10, sometimes it's a 2. And I have to be okay with that because sometimes I don't have a 10 in me. Sometimes all I got is a 2. And when that is the case, then we make sure that consistently, we make sure that we consistently um, still give ourselves grace. So, hashtag grace, beloved. Hashtag grace. Give yourself grace for life. Give yourself grace for living. Give yourself grace for life. Give yourself grace because to not give yourself grace does not honor you being you. To not give yourself grace does not honor um, does not honor our real lived experience. And our real lived experience is the fact, excuse me. And our real lived experience is the fact that things happen, things change, and we're not always able to do it the way that we want to do it. And it doesn't benefit us to bring in a negative energy. Okay, I didn't get in a full cup of, a full tumbler of water. Pay attention to it, understand why that's so, make the adjustment, but don't ever beat yourself up because of it. Don't beat yourself up. Of it. You the only you got. You the only you got. Don't you beat yourself up, and don't let others beat you up. Now, we hold each other accountable. We speak the truth in love. We do what we need to do, but we do not beat ourselves up, and we don't beat others up. There is no benefit to it. Now, that's how I live. That's my opinion. I know others have different opinion around these things. There are people who believe, particularly like the old coaching model where you cuss the athletes out and you tell them that they're nothing, they're not going to be nothing, and that they're, oh, just horrible wording. No, yeah, that for a lot of people, it did make them do things, you know, harder and work more. I don't know, give more to it out of fear, out of they're going to prove you wrong, but it came at such cost, right? It came at significant cost. There's a better way. There's a better way. We can get the best out of people without beating them up. We can get the best out of people without cussing them out and telling them, screaming and hollering. We can. We can. And so I just don't believe in that method, right? I'm not saying that we, how do I want to say it? I'm not saying everything is soft and sweet and that. I'm not saying that, because there are times for other ways of showing up. There are times uh, for more sternness. There are more times for more straightforward conversation. Everything isn't always going to be roses, right? But to be able to get your best, to know that there's variation for you and variation for those of you love, those of you who you will engage. So what is your best? We're talking about best here. What does your best look like? You have to know what you're aiming at. What does your best look like? And what does it take? What does it take for you to, I'm trying to do it. Wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. Okay. What does it take for you to function at your best? What does it take for you to function at your best? And what do you do to make sure that what do you need to function at your best? And what do you do to make sure you get what you need? What do I do to make sure I get my water in? One, I make a commitment that I'm going to do it. I just make a commitment that I am going to get my water in, right? I make that commitment. And then I keep my little thermos and do the thing I need to do. And then I make choices towards that end. Number one. And then how do I sustain it? Like, how do I keep making the commitment? I keep doing it. Lots of ways. It changes over time. It changes over time. All right, beloved. Okay, all right. This is Dr. Catherine E. James coming to you live from Beckley, West Virginia. And so talking to you about your best and inviting you to live your life from this place of being the best version of yourself. What does it look like to be the best version of you? What does that look like? And know that that best version will change. Grace is the order of the day, beloved. Grace is the order of the day. Because sometimes your best is a 2, and sometimes your best is a 10. But it's your best none the less. It is your best. All right, beloved. At the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished. You and I, you know what? We gave up the right to not be amazing. Gave up the right to not be amazing. So I look forward to coming to you. Oh, yeah. So we're coming to you live from Beckley. Why? Because we're here for Erica and David's wedding. Yay, 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 yay. So you will see me go live periodically to celebrate and chronicle the wedding activities, the wedding activity. All right. I will talk to you soon. See you later. Be blessed. Bye bye.